Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Jackie and let's get started. And today we're making Dollar Tree Spooky Cute DIYs. For DIY number 1, at the Dollar Tree I found these adorable wooden bows. They are nice quality. I'm going to take some of my black paint from Apple Barrel and give it a full black base coat. Now also at Dollar Tree I found this craft fabric in the Halloween theme. I think this is new, I'm not sure, but I was drawn to it, so I picked it up. And I'm just going to cut out 2 pieces that will fit the top front side of these bows, and just cut out these 2 pieces real quick like this. I'm going to take my Mod Podge. This is from the Dollar Tree. It's just a mat, and I'm just going to place a Mod Podge on the raised portion of these bows. I'm going to make sure not to add any of the Mod Podge in the laser cuts. It has 4 laser cuts, so I'm just going to very carefully add a nice generous amount on the rest of it, except for the laser cuts like this. Now I'm going to place my fabric on top, pressing it nice and firm, and then going ahead and adding some more of the Mod Podge on top. But this time I'm going to add the Mod Podge to my brush. That way I make sure I don't place any inside the laser cuts. So now here they are ready. I'm just going to allow these to dry. Here they are, nice and dry. Now I'm going to take my X-Acto knife, it's really sharp, and I'm just going to start trimming off the extra fabric. And like I mentioned in my last video, if you add enough Mod Podge, this will cut really easily. If not, it'll just fray on you. So definitely use plenty of Mod Podge. And you can also use scissors if you'd like, whatever you feel more comfortable. I used both. So here I'm just finishing off with this piece here, just removing it with my X-Acto knife. Once I get that off, then I'll begin to cut out the laser cuts, cut off the fabric from there, and just taking my time, just making sure I'm cutting where the laser cuts are at. That's why I'm using my finger to kind of feel where the little indentations are, because of course now they're not visible. So definitely just take your time at this for this part, get them nice and cut. And if you don't want to cut them, you can just leave it, so however you want to do. But I wanted to cut them out, so that's what I'm doing here. Just taking my time to cut them out. And I just continue this process till I get all the laser cuts nice and trimmed. So I get it to this point. And here I'm just going to show you real quick how they look. Now I'm going to take some of my UV resin. I decided to add UV resin to the little laser cuts just to make it look nice and shiny. After I did this, I realized, wait a minute, if you don't have UV resin or you don't want to use UV resin, you can actually use puffy paint. The black puffy paint from the Dollar Tree, the fabric paint, that would work because it'll just look shiny. So here, look. So this is how it looks before it goes out in the sun. I'm going to put it out in the sun. Here it is, nice and set. Now here's my puffy paint. I'm going to go ahead and use that to outline the whole bow. And here I'm going the last little bit here, and it just gives it a nice little accent to it. And then I'll just allow them to dry completely. At the Dollar Tree I also found these ghosts. I think these are new. Here's a skew, and I'm going to measure to show you. They measured 15.5 inches long. That's pretty big. That's good. That's a good size for a ghost. So I did pick up 2. And I want them to kind of like hold hands. So I'm going to paint them in this white paint from the Dollar Tree. And I also had this extra piece of this ribbon. This is like a little piece that I had. And I thought, okay, I'm going to utilize this because I don't want to throw anything away. So I'm going to use the spider web portion to go in the mouth. I thought that would be kind of cute. And then the other portions I'll use for the eyes, just to give it a unique feature. So here I'm just going to cut out another spider web for the other mouth right here, and then some more of these pieces here. I decided to switch it out. Here's my thought process, guys. This is what I go through. I don't always show you all this, but this is what I go through sometimes, trying to figure it out. So here I finally figured out, okay, I'm going to use 2 different pieces for each eye, because I didn't want another spider web in one of the eyes. I thought it would look a little funny. So now I'm just going to use a little bit of hot glue to adhere this to the mouth right here. So since I painted both sides white, it doesn't really matter which side is the back, which side is the front until I decide. So now here is a piece for one of the eyes. It'll just be like a random spider web part, not the actual like center. I wanted the centers for the mouth. Here's the other eye. Let me flip it around to show you. Look at that. It's cute. So then I went ahead and did the same thing to the other one real quick. Here's the last piece. Now I'll flip them both and look how cute, like they're holding hands. Now the bows are nice and dry. I'm going to place one big bow on the top for the girl, one in the middle for the boy, and I'm just going to add some hot glue for this part. Get it nice and sturdy on there. And then for the girl, of course, on the top, I'm just going to add the hot glue to the middle portion and then the bottom part of the bow. Don't need it on the top part. And just press it on. And they are super cute. That is all. This is how they look. And a closer look at the final reveal. Did you know that you can help support my channel for free just by watching the ads? Absolutely. For DIY number 2, at the Dollar Tree, I picked up this wooden frame. I like the edge of it. I think it looks kind of Halloweenish. And also I found this pack of these rounds, these wood rounds. There's a small one, mid-sized one, and a large one. And they're pretty thin. I'm going to use this mid-sized one. I think it'll fit this frame pretty close. I'm going to take them at the same black paint from Apple Barrel, paint them both in the same black paint. And then in my stash I had this doily and I snipped off the edge to make the center fit on here. So I'm going to take some of my Mod Podge and a piece of parchment paper, and I'm just going to add the Mod Podge to whichever side I want to use, adding it to my brush and brushing it on completely. Cover this piece of doily like this. Get it all nice and covered. That way it'll adhere well. Now once I'm done with this, then I'll just carefully flip it over and place it on my black wood round like this. And now I can take the frame itself and add some hot glue around the inside edge all the way around and pressing it down on the doily and wood frame, and press it down until all the glue is nice and set. Now I didn't like the way the doily was looking on the outside, so I'm going to take some more of the black paint and a small brush, and I'm just going to take my time and paint all the excess doily that's sticking out. That way I don't have to trim it off, and that way it just kind of disappears within the frame itself like this. Now I'll set aside my doily spider web. Now my sweet friend Norma gave me this little jar of random buttons, and inside is this sparkly green one, and I'm going to take some of this black chenille yarn that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to make my own spider because I didn't have any spiders in my stash. So what do we do when we don't have any spiders in our stash? We make our own. So here I just snipped off 4 random pieces, and I'm going to tie 2 together to create the front legs of the spider, and then tie these other 2 together to create the bottom legs of the spider. And this is the funny part here. I'm going to take the button, I'm going to do a nice dab of glue on one side, and I'm going to place one of these little bundles on here, and watch this. This thing just jumps. It jumped! Did you see that? The thing jumped out of my hand. Okay, so then here's the other side, and do the same thing. Place the other side, the other 2 legs. Allow all the glue to set real quick. Now I'm just going to trim the legs a little bit. They're just a little bit too long. So I'm going to trim them up just a tiny bit. And here you can see that my fan is on because these things just fly everywhere. Yeah, it's kind of hot today. Okay, so now I'm ready for my spider, my makeshift spider. I'm just going to add some more of the hot glue and place it right here on the side and kind of finagle all the legs And look at that, I made my own spider from my doily spider web. So fun. So fun with this little glittery, it's like a greenish glittery button. You'll see it a little closer in a little bit. Look at that. Now I'm going to take some more of the chenille yarn to create a hanger. I'm just going to loop it, tie it a knot, and then put it through this little opening here that's on the side. And I'm going to use my tweezers. I love using my tweezers for this type of help. And then loop it through, and voila, my little hanger is made. And then that is it. Super adorable little doily spider web with a spider. Here's how it looks, and a closer look at the final reveal. For DIY number 3, I had painted one of these frames that my sweet friend Norma gave me. I painted it black, and at the Dollar Tree I picked up this little pack of felt ghosts, and I'm just going to take one. That's all I need, is just one. I'm going to place it right here in the very center, and I'm just going to use my hot glue to adhere it onto this canvas. So here, I'm very generous. Place it on in the center. Press everything down nice and smooth. Allow this to set for a second. Now I'm going to take my puffy paint in the black from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to actually outline where the eyes are. This actually has like little cutouts that you can cut out, but I didn't cut any of this out. I'm going to use these just to do the outlining. So I'm going to create the eyes, and then I'm going to do a little mouth, and then that is all for this puffy paint. I'll set this aside, allow all this to dry. Here it is, nice and dry. Now here is the edge of that doily that I cut out for DIY number 2, and I'm going to use this to make her a little dress because she's a little bougie. Yeah, she's fancy girl. So here I'm just going to figure out how much of this I need, and it looks super cute. The edge is scalloped, beautiful. So here I'm going to trim off and use this piece here. And again, I'm going to use my Mod Podge and my piece of parchment paper. Here's my Mod Podge and my little brush. And I'm just going to kind of outline it real quick. This time I decided to do it this way until I got it pretty well on there. And then brush it all on. Get all the edges. And once I was happy with it, then I carefully picked it up and placed it on her little body, her little ghosty body. Kind of pat everything down. Allow some of that Mod Podge to dry a little bit. Set it aside, and I'm going to take another piece of this doily that I cut out, and I'm going to cut out these 2 little loops. I think this will make a cute little bow for the top of her head. Just going to trim off all these extra pieces. We're not going to use that. And look at that. Yeah. Does it make a cute little head bow? Oh my goodness. So I'm going to take a little bit of hot glue, place one piece down, and take another piece, this other piece here, add some hot glue to it, and place it on the other side. And look how adorable. Now, I didn't like the way the top of the skirt was looking, so I'm going to take some of this ribbon that my sweet friend Norma gave me, and I'm just going to finish off her little dress with this. I'm going to do a little dab of glue on one end and place it down on one side, tack it down till the glue sets, and then just take my time and add some more of the glue all the way across, and then place my ribbon back on. Now, fun fact about me, when I had Barbie dolls when I was a young girl, I used to make them their clothes. So yeah, now I just make clothes for gingerbread peeps and ghosties. Bougie ghosties. Yeah, and my mother was a seamstress, so yeah, I learned how to sew and all the things. Make little clothes. Okay, so now here I'm just going to trim off this extra little piece here. Get rid of that. Now her little dress is looking so cute. It just needs a nice little bow. So I'm going to take that same ribbon and create a nice little bow. And then just snip off the excess. And then take a little bit of hot glue. And I'm going to tack this down on the front of her little dress. Because she's bougie like that. Yes. Right here. Oh my goodness, so cute. And are we done embellishing? No. In my stash, I had this little bundle of random flowers. They were white, and I've been seeing a lot of little ghosties nowadays holding flowers, so I thought, oh, this is perfect. So I'm going to do a little dab of glue, place it on one hand like this. And now in my stash, I also found this little tiny pearl, and I'm going to do a little dab on the center of her head bow and place a little pearl on top. And then I went in my stash again, and I found a little resin ice cream popsicle, and just add a dab of hot glue and place it on the other hand. So she's got flowers and a popsicle. And now I'm done. This is how she looks, and a closer look at the final reveal. If you're on Instagram, here's my QR code. I invite you to scan it and come follow me on there. I post on there Monday through Fridays, as well as TikTok. Here's my QR code for there. Here is my QR code for Facebook, also Monday through Fridays, as well as my Pinterest. Here's my QR code for there. And here's my Lemonade account as well. And my Threads account. This is my handle, also Monday through Fridays. Here's my Hometalk QR code. I invite you to come scan it. Post on there twice a month. I do have a Facebook crafting group. I invite you to come join us there. And if you're interested, check out my Etsy shop and see if there's anything there you like. And now we're at the final reveal. Let me know what you think and which one is your favorite one. Well, I take a moment and say thank you for taking time out of your busy day and watching my video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun creating for these Halloween cutesy little DIYs. I want to thank my sweet friend Norma for all the crafting supplies. I've been able to use quite a few, and here I used a few more. And of course, I have plenty more to use. And that means plenty of videos are still on their way. So don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet, and if you want to see more, definitely subscribe to my next video. Stay healthy, safe, and strong, and have a great day. Bye-bye.